Okay, greetings, salutations, good day and hi, yous guys and gals. Welcome to the finale of IndyCar's 15th series. Just 3 rounds to decide the winner of the last IndyCar series of 2024. We're going to be racing today at Rio Hondo, Charlotte, and Belle Isle. Let's have a look at the points standings as they are, starting off with the oval classification. After round 9, just one oval race left. The classification is currently led by Lena Lazar, 168 points. 26 ahead of Watagashi Uno, who won at Darlington for her 5th overall IndyCar win. Suapatra, who was in Honey Strap in Nanashi Inku a long time ago. 1 point behind Uno at 141. And then we have 2 drivers, each with 114 points in ovals. Captain Hannah and Tomoe Umari, but Hannah currently controls the tiebreaker as she has herself a win in that classification. Road and Street classification currently led by Kawasaki Sui, 151. Cinder is second with 131. 3 ahead of Akama Nimune, who shockingly was absentee all throughout yesterday's 3 races. Boy, she really needs to make a move should she want to get back in the swing of things. Kiki Pion is 4th, 109, and Yaso Toiki, who scored her very first IndyCar win at the Bull Run circuit yesterday, 5th with 91 overall. We have 9 names, each within 71 points of each other. So that's the underlined names. Kawasaki Sui is holding a 1-point lead over Lena Lazar heading into today. So Sui at 233, Lena 232, Watagashi Uno is 3rd, 210. Captain Hannah, 192. Cinder, 179. 2 drivers each at 171. Amiyamami and Tomoe Umari. Yaso Toiki, 166. And Numi, 165. And bottom half of the table. Not looking too good for Nacho and Mint. A couple of rookies just struggling. Thus, they are well out of the 142 point swing. A former IndyCar champion just not looking too hot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 races without an appearance for Nacho, and Mint just couldn't get a double-digit point performance either. And Nero wishing she could drive Koenig's eggs. Yeah. All right. Joining me in commentary once again is Adak. Hello.
Yeah, hello and good morning to everyone here who is watching the stream, or good evening, or whatever. But anyways, we're very much excited to see the final 3 races of the IndyCar season, the 15th season, of course. And of course, the next track that we are going to go here is that we're going to go down south, and not to Texas actually. We're actually going to go way down south into the South America, into the southernmost country, one of the 2 southernmost countries of South America, and the Americas in general, is Argentina. So the next circuit that we're going to be racing is, of course, called Autódromo Termas de Rio Hondo, aka another track in Termas de Rio Hondo. Of course, this track has seen events for MotoGP, TCR South America, and of course Porsche Cup Brazil, Turismo Carretera, and Turismo Nacional, which is essentially Argentina's local racing scene. And of course, I just want to remind you all that the Argentine Motorcycle Grand Prix has taken a slight hiatus in 2024, but it is now back for 2025. So anyways, Dyke, let's take a look into how the track looks like.
Yes, we are going to be racing 13 laps here in this round 10. Have a look at the preview of this track. Go ahead.
All right, so you have this pretty decently length straight here for the run into turn one. As you can see here, turn one, a bit of an awkward line here. So a near 180-degree right-hander. So it's a long right-hand corner. So you gotta find a good exit line here into turn two, which is also decently length mid-speed corner. And then the slight kink into turn three should not cause you too many issues. Unfortunately, due to the AI line, doesn't really show you that. And then there's a slight kink into turn four. A good exit from turn two in turn three is very crucial for you in order for you to make use of this very, very long back straight here. And it's now going to come you into turn five. It's now going to come you into this pretty long right-hand corner here. So lots of corners that are only going to be able to be taken at second gear. And then there's a long right-hander at turn six. You can probably go side by side onto this section before you have to go into an abrupt braking section into turn seven. And as you can see here, and then into turn eight, which is a pretty long right-hander, and you can absolutely go flat out. And then stop and go into turn nine, which is not really stop and go, but you have to do braking substantially into turn nine. Slight right-hander into turn 10. And then this long right-hander at turn 11, you have to absolutely lift up the throttle and try to make the most out of your car's downforce. And then there's a slight right-hand kink into turn 12, and then heavy braking into turn 13, and then which leads you into turn 14, the small left-hander into the main straight here in Termas de Rio Hondo here in Argentina.
All right, thank you for that track preview. So we are ready to go. I got the settings all set up. 1 p.m. start time, rolling start. 13 laps for 25 minutes, 100% damage multiplier. The only international round of the series this month. So let's go ahead and load. All right. Termas de Rio Hondo in Argentina. Yes. Yes,
just want to remind you about the points difference here in the overall point standings here. If you are like 210 points behind the championship leader, then your chances of you winning the title is going to be absolutely zero. And unfortunately, fortunately, even for drivers like Nacho, who's currently sitting 210 points behind at 23 points in the overall standings, actually has a decent shot to win the overall title if she's able to win the next 3 races on the bounce, and at the same time have the championship leaders absolutely muck it up.
Thank you for that points update. And whoops, my finger slipped. And why did it load again? And okay, let's set the grid for this race. 35 out of the 40 drivers in qualifying, and 5 drivers will also be cut.
Can't wait to see who is going to make it and who's not going to make it. And unfortunately,
we have we have a previous race winner's curse. Uno did not qualify for this race. Old Cheeky for the 4th consecutive round as a DNQ.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt. I'm not sure when was the last time we've had like those consecutive DNQs in the series so far.
It's been a while. I've probably seen quite a long drought of DNQs and absences in other series. I'll look through the entire history of that.
Yeah. So I just want to point out, though, Bao and Anon also not having good times here, as they also did not make the cut for this race.
And so is Suapatra. Quite a few good names that won't get to see action in this round.
Ooh. So anyways, looking into the rest of the field here, as Dag is going to essentially record the starting lineup here. Yasutoiki takes her pole position here in Autódromo Termas de Rio Hondo. Miyoshi Noshiki starts second, with Netatanyanyers and Shali Lily sharing the second row. Lena Lazar and Hanamori healthy at 5th and 6th respectively, with Tenjin Kotone and Omiya Emma in 8th place. Vivi and Yuki Sakuna 9th and 10th place. Nice to see Sakuna inside the top 10. Ayami and Shigeru Ui, 2 illustrator VTubers, currently sitting on the 6th row, with Tomoe Umari, who is currently also in a title hunt, at the very least, what I believe to be on the oval championship standings will start in 13th, if I'm mistaken, and then
Yeah.
there's Kitanya 14th, Nacho Neko 15th, Ami Amami 16th, with Rudo 17th, Kiki Pion in 18th, Saraway 19th, and Min Phantom in the top 20. Ida Pochi 21st with Cinder 22nd, Dokiber 23rd, with Nina Saotomi 24th, Akuma Nimune or Namine in 25th, and Hore Tenten in 26th. Starting out the final four places on the grid, Ami Aranya 27th, with Doobie 28th, Laimu 29th, and Neurosama sits on the last available spot on the starting grid at 30th place.
All right, all 30 names are in place here. And notice anything interesting about the top 3 times?
Yeah. Once again, here we get to see the 3 cars inside the top 3 setting identical lap times. But of course, Yasutoiki set the lap time first, then Miyoshi Shiki, and then Yatasha Nyanyers then set their lap times, which should mean that Yasutoiki, by virtue of her setting the lap time first, is currently your pole sitter by default.
Alrighty then, so that's our grid set. Yasutoiki is indeed going to start off in the front row. Gotta make sure all 30 cars look pretty good. And we have Chrono in the chat. Hello. Ready to go.
Looks like the usual man is here.
Yep. And
so anyways.
Yes.
So right now we have a Honda on pole position with Shiki sharing the places as well. And speaking of Shiki, just wanted to check where she is right now. She's currently 34th in the standings and is currently running a Chevy. So it's a shared engine manufacturer front row. And there's also like a clash of, fortunes for these drivers. Of course, we have Yasutoiki, who's currently inside the top 10, and then we have Yoshino Shiki, who has not had a good season so far, sitting in the bottom 10 places.
We'll just see how things shake up here then. We're going to play the music and see especially how the first turn is for the drivers. Test race this morning, I did a couple test races, and first turn saw a bit of a craziness. But we'll see what happens in the actual race. Here we go.
All right, so nice to see the 30 cars lining up on the grid for the start. And I just want to remind you about something here. Is this track known for, high attrition and also lots of crashes?
Unknown, because this is the first time we're racing here in the VTRP. That's my fast forward. And we're going to start off, I think, here.
Well, as the cars are...
Go ahead.
Yeah, as the cars are about to start here, what are your predictions coming into this race?
Fuel mileage. Fuel mileage.
Yeah, it's going to be a case of who gets to stretch it. So anyways...
We are set to go here. Yasutoiki and Shiki in front row for this 13-lap race. Round 10 here at Rio Hondo. We are green. Here we go. Very good start by Shiki.
And it looks to me that lots of drivers are going single file already coming into turn 1. Some battles going left in the left, right, and center areas here. And looking at Laimu, and here's another battle. We want to take a look here. Again, Doobie and the rest of and another driver here. As Shiki currently leads this race. And you can see here that she's already built a good gap here coming into the backstretch. But you watch out for any potential overtakes at the end of it.
A clean start to this race. Everyone able to get into the first few turns with no issue. But already we have a bit of boo-boo sustained by Shy Lily.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt there. Front wing's gone. I believe she misjudged the braking and hit Yasutoiki's rear end. Let's just hope that Yasutoiki's damage isn't that much. And now you can see here, the Shy Lily now is struggling with grip as she doesn't have that front wing to help bite her car into the track.
Yanners is third now. And Shiki's still in.
And as you can see here, Toiki just trying to catch Shiki here. Actually, I saw Shiki being very, very twitchy on that fast sweeper that is turn 11 as they now approach turns 12 and 13. What do you make of the tire wear in this race?
I've noticed in the test race some issues with grippy, as we see Mint 30th, just great.
Ouch, Mint Phantom not having a great race at the moment, currently at the back. Meanwhile, Yasutoki now takes the lead away from Yashono Shiki. As you can see here, Toki now handles the lead. Meanwhile, Nyanyers
going up to
also with
second,
no front wing
but
too.
with a bit of an issue. Let's look at the replay. Yeah, bit of a point, and yeah.
As everyone's just taking it very, very cautiously at turn 3. We have Nina Saotome, Rurodo, Kiki Pion, and then we have Ten Umari already coming into the pits here, or after they've suffered damage to their cars in the first lap. Meanwhile, looking at the gaps between Yasutoiki and the rest of the field, just wanted to check. Yeah, she's doing very okay at the moment in the lead, having a pretty solid 1 second lead over Miyashiro Shiki. And just wanted to check on the rest of the field to see if they're okay, and they should be okay.
Oh, come on now. Couple cars still not completing their lap, and Tenten and Warudo are still stuck, taking a long time in there.
Possible reliability issues besetting them, which is an absolute shame. As you see Toiki and Shiki jostling in out for position.
Toiki already having won a road course race at Bull Run, but currently being overtaken by Shiki in her new winter look. Very nice houndstooth pattern.
Nice look on the car here as Frosty car currently leads here in the Argentinian summer. Of course, although if it's winter in the northern hemisphere, then it's summer in the southern. So right now with hotter conditions here in Termas de Rio Hondo, looks like the grips will be a bit more optimal than it is, let's say, in the mid-year. But I can say one thing about the current progression of cars is that there's potential for the tires to actually overheat, as Lena Lazar
getting out of pit lane, so's Nyanners and Numi also notably in pit lane. Quite a few cars having to take stops in pit lane. For a normal looking road course, already seeing quite a few cars having to stop in the pit areas. Yeah.
A bit of an unfortunate scene here, but meanwhile, what's not unfortunate is actually Yuki Sakuna actually looking for an opportunity to make the pass against Omiya Emma. You can see here Emma just continuing to go about as usual. Meanwhile, Sakuna is hot on the heels on Emma's rear wing and ultimately her position as well. But also look further back here, as also there's Ayami who's not also in the chase.
Cars going single file here. It is early on in the round. Just trying to get used to the feel of this track in actual racing setting.
And as you can see here, everyone's just being cautious, that's all. And meanwhile, there's Yasutoiki. Both cars actually slipping and sliding at turn 1, which possibly it can be indicated by the track there. If the track isn't really used that much for racing, then dust may settle into the track, and when dust settles into the track, the grip is not optimal.
You learn something new every day here. Very interesting facts here. As we see Emma and Sakuna battle for third.
And it looks like Sakuna might just have the upper edge coming into a faster than 5 hairpin, and as Emma has to move around the outside, gets caught out by Ayami, who tries to make a move down the inside. Meanwhile, Omiya Emma actually has had the inside line advantage at turn 6, but couldn't make it count. So Omiya Emma losing 2 positions in 1 pop. Ouch.
Yasutoki back up in front, followed by Shiki. Yuki Sakuna hoping for her very first podium at least, yet to score her first podium in IndyCar action.
Yeah, you can also see that. Meanwhile, we get to see Yasutoiki there now in a pursuit, now being pursued actually by Miyashiro, who's now going to go down the inside. Oh, there's a tap there.
Ooh, very close physical contact. Almost more physical contact here. It's going to be Shiki going ahead and taking back the lead, but here comes a tricky turn 1 again, where we may have seen some gripping issue.
Yeah, you can see here. It's gonna take some time though. I'm not sure about R Factor's physics engine here, but I know that in R Factor 2 and in newer titles, you can lay down the rubber on the racetrack to make it grippier. But from what I can remember in R Factor, at least the classic R Factor 1, there's no such features, and basically the grip conditions just remain the same throughout the session. So all these drivers, as Yasutoki now gets into the race lead, let's see if she's able to be a full car length ahead. Ooh, there's someone making contact, and it's Yuki Sakuna now.
Yuki Sakuna going up to second. Shiki drops a couple spots down to third. So yeah, Honda is indeed leading in Rio Hondo.
Well, we are actually, there's a bit of a good metaphor here, good wordplay. But also, just want to point out about Yuki Sakuna though. What position was she in at the start? I believe she started in 10th. Yeah,
10th. She did start in 10th, and she's managed to improve to second at the moment.
Yeah, and
aided by the
Yasutoiki
fact that
some going to be under pressure now.
Cars had to stop in pit lane.
Yeah, noted that one.
Sakuna jumps to the lead now.
Let's just hope that she's able to hang around in the lead here, as now we get to see a great amount of cars here actually now about jostling in for second.
Shiki potentially regressing a bit more. Ayami Mama jumping up to 3. An all Honda top 3 at the moment in Rio Hondo.
Meanwhile, just wanted to check on the positions gain here, and it's looking very, very good there. And there's another move there by Ayami there. Oh, actually caught Yasutoiki off guard, almost spooked her into losing a position and going off wide. But you can see here the resilience in the mind of Yasutoiki there, as they're now coming to turn 5. Ayami now going down the inside.
Push!
Man, this is some great racing here in Autódromo Termas de Rio Hondo.
Ayami to second now.
Awesome.
Already a fun battle here in Argentina.
Yeah, nice to see some great action as we have seen already. Also, looking further back as they are now coming into the Kings here, the leaders. There's a lot of cars further back. I believe the cars may stretch up to down to 15th place or maybe even 20th place on this potential battle for the race lead.
Yeah, indeed, a lot of cars close to each other, going single file. Saraway slight damage, but still has front and rear wings.
Yeah, nice to see that they're still able to continue on, but even though with their damage here. Anyways, looking at Nacho Neko's progress, Nacho Neko, who is currently I believe, in 12th place, is doing very well though. She doesn't really have the best of the season so far, especially given that she has missed about 6 races, 5 through the NQs, 1 as an absentee, and not having the best results in the 3 races that she did enter. Of course, she has yet to crack into the top 10, as you can see here. Ooh, great racing action here from the back.
Cinder losing her front wing. Bit of a scuffle with Saraway. Saraway having a bit of issues at that turn, and Cinder just accidentally collided with Saraway, losing that wing.
And also, yeah, speaking of Cinder's performances so far this season, as Yuki Sakana now tries to defend against Ayami, two philosophically different virtual YouTubers, now going out of a race lead as Ayami goes around the outside.
Also, now watch out for Shiki.
Yeah. Yuki Sakana, of course, illustrated by Gao, and Ayami being illustrated by herself. And you can see Yoshiki making a great move on the inside line for second place.
Shiki just behind Sakana, the front row driver. Now going past Sakana, regaining the lead here in the second to last turn before start finish. And Sakana, maybe regressing a bit. Toiki, the pole sitter for this race, trying to catch up to Sakana. As we're well over the halfway point, so this race will be official now.
As you can see, Yasutoiki now making a move for, I believe, third place. Nice move there.
Yasutoiki just had an issue there on that turn and drops to 6th.
Yeah, a bit of a shame there. What happened to Yasutoiki? He just went off wide and just lost a lot of pace on that second single section. Meanwhile, here's Toiki now trying to defend against what should be healthy. Yeah,
Watch
healthy
out.
Trying to make it good for her.
Brake
checking.
Up. Healthy.
Yeah.
Oh man, losing a couple positions.
But at the very least, she has her front and rear wings intact, which can't be said for another driver, that's Shigeru Ui.
And road courses are supposed to be Ui's forte, but she messed up here. Just went a bit too aggressive. And that might as well be a stop in pit lane for her. Meanwhile, battle back for the lead, still led by Shiki. Ayami is second. Sakana and Vividly Vivi are trying to catch up to Ayami Mama.
Yeah.
Yuki-chan showing who she really is with her driving, indeed. Drivers pulling no punches, but Ayami will have to drop into pit lane.
And
Toiki also notably coming in. Already a couple cars going into pit lane to refuel. Ui, of course, has to go in pit lane to restore her front wing.
Yeah, this track obviously being very, very brutal for the drivers who are not careful, especially looking into the danger zone here. I wanted to a single corner, that's turn 5. Now, due to the slippery track, drivers may not be able to control their braking, and those who put too much power on the brakes have the serious risk of locking up their tires and then just careen themselves into the runoff and into the barriers, which, if there's another car, then they will collide another car first. And unfortunately, that's the case for some of the drivers who had lost control over braking, who lost the front wing. Yeah, that's going to be that's an unfortunate situation all around.
Luckily, this track does have a really big, wide runoff zones.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to look at the history, now the track was renovated in 2013 in an attempt to bring MotoGP racing, which is the pinnacle of motorcycle racing, in Argentina. They have to make it compatible to FIM Grade A standards, which is essentially the highest standard of bike racing. So that's why you see a lot of concrete runoffs on these long, at the end of these long straights. You see a lot of runoff sections. This is to accommodate bikers.
And now Shiki is coming in. We
also,
may as well
Yuki Sakuna too.
May as well have ourselves a rare road course pit stop shuffle. You usually see pit stop shuffles in ovals, but we're seeing a shuffle here in Argentina.
Yeah. Also wanted to point out that Hanamori Healthy now has a healthy gap over her competitors as she now temporarily leads this race. Doki Bird in second and Shy Lily in third as the field gets essentially rotated.
Two cars staying out. Might as well come back in pit lane after this lap.
Yeah. Just wanted to check on the other drivers, especially in midfield. Looking into Tenjin Kantone, who started at 25th, she's now up into 15th place. And
13.
Ovalena Lazar, who started 21st, who's now up into 9th. So lots of nice progress from the drivers currently in midfield.
Actually, 7th for Lena. Oh, careful
nice
against
there.
Kiki. 2 Honda drivers at it. Aussie against Kiwi.
Yeah,
Lena Lazar
talk
the
about
Kiwi and Kiki the Aussie.
Yeah, we saw how it unfolded there. Lena Lazar actually gave it the basically the supercar bump and run as they get into the corner here. Kiki Pyongyang now tries to repay the favor, but Lena Lazar has now scooted away.
Lena Lazar in this race, but no appearance from Kawasaki Sui, so expect maybe an overtake in the point standings for the New Zealander.
Yeah, especially when we're looking at Kiki Pyongyang, who is actually had a pretty okay road course run so far. As you can see, she's now currently in 4th place in the road course standings. But let's just hope that she's able to make it count, especially in these final stages. There's essentially like 2 races in the road course season to go.
I'll be taking a brief stop at pit lane and coming back out now.
Oh, and you can see Nurosama now actually beats Hanamori Healthy there for position.
It's currently Shy Lily with the lead, with a little under 3 to go. 5.5 second lead. Don't know if she stopped at pit lane or not.
Yeah, just wanted to check. I'm not sure if the graphics are able to show us essentially which of these drivers have already pitted, but if we are able to see which drivers have already pitted, then it's going to be very, very nice to see. But for now, as it stands, Shyla Lily now controls the race fleet so far. All she needs to do is to essentially keep her head down, as usual, if you're leading in the final stages of the race.
Shy Lily starting off 4th in this race, currently up in front. Yanners started off in 3rd and is currently 2nd, looking for another podium to her name, maybe her first win. Nina hasn't won in quite a while.
Yeah.
Since Zolder in, over a year ago.
Yeah, it's quite shocking actually how the result just hasn't come.
Okay, now Shy Lily, Nanners, and Nina are coming in. Lena, too. And so's Kiki. So we've cycled right back to where we were previously before the pit stop shuffle. It's currently Umiya Emma up in front.
Yeah, Umiya Emma now currently taking the lead over Shy Lily, which is also nice to see. Lots of nice things to see here actually in the current series here at the moment. So anyways, with 2 laps to go, with Emma and Shiki now currently occupying the front row spots, what are your expectations coming to the end?
How many cars will end up feeling out, especially as we reach the final lap? Test races show quite a bunch of cars dropping out of the race due to running out of fuel, which may screw things up in where the drivers finish here.
Yeah,
so just keep your eyes peeled when we get into the final lap, because this could be make it or break it for the drivers still hoping to remain alive in the championship hunt.
As you can see here, just actually the fun fact here, there's actually 2 drivers actually having the same 3-letter initials. 2 of them having Nya at 10th and 11th place. One of them is, of course, Nyatasha Nyanyers, who is currently running in 10th. And if I'm not mistaken, it's based on what I saw on the ticker. Actually,
that's probably just a glitch in the TV ticker.
Yeah,
White flag is waved now. White flag is waved.
Yeah, and speaking of Omiya Emma, who has not had a good season from what I am seeing so far. Of course, when we're talking about Omiya Emma, who's currently who's currently in 28th in the standings here, not able to actually break through into the top 5 so far this season. This is going to be great for at least her momentum, at least for the final 3 races of the season, to get as far as possible into the top closer to the top, that is. But whatever the case is there, looking into the current championship leaders here, especially when we're talking about Sui and Lena. Oh, speaking of which, Sui's not even in this race, right?
Yeah, she isn't.
Yeah, so Lena Lazar and Watagashi Uno, and speaking of which, Yasutoiki is going to be the biggest benefactors of this race so far, as Shiki now.
A battle between 2 former Prism Project members added for the lead. Shiki goes up ahead of Emma.
And into turn 8 and turns 9 and 10 into the left-hand sweeper at turn 11. All Shiki needs to do is to defend, as Omiya Emma is going to pile on the pressure. Turn 11, of course, this very, very long left-hander may not be a problem for these Indy cars. As they now approach the 12, 13, and 14. Let's see how it goes.
It's going to be close finish. Who's going to take it coming down to the last turn? A sprint to the finish. It's a push to the finish, but it's going to be Miyoshino Shiki at the line to get her 3rd IndyCar win and her first on a road course. Miyoshino Shiki is your winner here at Rio Hondo. A 1-2 Prism Project finish. Congratulations.
More like a Prism Project alumni 1-2. That is, congratulations to Miyoshino Shiki. And there was a bit of a argy-bargy between Shiki and Emma at the finish, especially at turn 1 there. Possibly a sign of camaraderie between the two, but very nice to see these 2 cars able to make the finish, and especially in a 1-2.
And once again, Emma just falls really short of her first IndyCar win. Just having to battle once again with a former agency mate of hers. As Yasutoiki will get another podium as cars start to run out of fuel at the end. And this race is just about over.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, you should be lucky that this series does not employ mandatory fuel checks. Otherwise, these cars would have been disqualified.
Yeah, so I'm going to mark down the top 3. Miyoshino Shiki, a 3rd IndyCar win. Emma, another 2nd
and then
placer.
Yasutoiki. And then there's also Yasutoiki in 3rd, and allow me to just, explain the rest of the standings here as you're going to record the names. Of course, we have Ami Aranya in 4th, Hanamori Healthy in a healthy 5th place, Vivili Vivi 6th with Yuki Sakuna, another great top 10 finish for her in 7th, Shy Lily 8th, Ayami 9th, and Amiyamami rounds out the top 10. And with no Nachaneko actually having a good result for once, impossible. Anyways, we got Doki Bird 12th, and Ekitanya 13th, Doobie 14th, Natasha Nanos in 15th with Saraway 16th, Laimu 17th, Cinder 18th, Nina Saotome 19th, and Tenji Kotone rounds out the top 20. Tomo Imari stands at 21st with Nirosama 22nd, Lena Lazar 23rd with Kiki Piampa 24th, Akuma Nimune in 25th, and of course we have Ida Pochi 26th, Shigeru Iwai 27th after being beset with car issues at the start of the race. This is Mini Phantom, unfortunately, in 28th, Rudo 29th, and Hori 1010 rounds out the 30 cars that finished this race. And nice to see that all cars actually finished.
1010 finishing 30th, though.
Yeah. That is very much a pretty bad blow, though, to her championship aspirations, all things considered. But let's just hope that she's able to bounce back.
And Mint also finishing really low.
Yeesh. Which is also not a good sight here. Phantom not in the top 20. So as far as some of the Oshis are concerned...
Yeah, that might as well put Mint Phantom back on the bottom of the standings. You hate to see that.
But at the very least, Nachaneko ends her Baron run with a solid, with a solid race here in Autódromo Termas de Rio de Hondo. But speaking of, the standings as we're about to see here, looking at the current leaders in the oval standings, I'm not sure if you have updated it. Well, at least the road course standings at the very least.
We're gonna
Kawasaki Sui
go ahead.
looks like. All right. So Kawasaki Sui, actually, I just wanted to remind you that he is currently at she's actually at 151 points, and then there's Cinder at second place with 139, Yasutoiki at 132, Akama Numine in fourth place at 129, and Kiki Pian at 111.
Your top 5 in the road and street
The road course
classification,
standings.
and
And
overall,
yeah, I just wanted to remind you. Yeah, I just wanted to remind you that Lena Lazar maintains the race lead now after overtaking Kawasaki Sui, and the gap is now 2 points separating between the two, with Lena Lazar leading. Watagashi Uno sits in third place with Yasutoki fourth at 207, and Amiyamami fifth with 193.
and we're already seeing a few names out of championship contention, and gasp, shock, who's 40th? Yeah, but man, she's just being ghosted here.
Yeah,
And
not exactly the best days for her.
yeah, I just need to mark off who's within the 70 point swing, and that's I'm seeing 9 names here. And healthy 141 behind. Yeah. So not looking too good for her either. Go ahead.
Yeah, not a healthy circumstance for her if she wants to win the championship. But I'm going to be optimistic here. Again, just like the case for Nacho Neko, who is also now, I believe, out of title contention as well. Yeah, she is out of title contention. She can just win the next 2 races and hope that the top 10 absolutely combust between each other. But that's, of course, a very, very low circumstance. Yeah.
All right, so we are done here with the Rio Hondo round. Next up, in just a few minutes, we're going to be heading up, actually. We're going to Charlotte Motor Speedway in North Carolina for the last oval round. We're going to be racing under the lights for 55 laps. Who's going to take the race and who's going to win the oval classification? Find out in just a few minutes. Gonna take a break. We'll be back.
All right, and see you then.
And we are back here with the finale of IndyCar's 15th series, and we are going to go ahead and get back to the game screen, because we have ourselves a very fun race on hand for rounds 11 of 12. We're going to be racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and get this, we're going to be racing at night for 55 laps.
All right, I can't believe we're gonna be like NASCAR here in Charlotte Motor Speedway. Of course, racing in these types of ovals have not been a staple, at least in IndyCar racing. But if I want to like give a bit of expectation on how these cars would perform, I would probably say Las Vegas would be a similar circuit to just like Charlotte Motor Speedway as far as the profile is concerned, the way it's shaped, and the banking, if I'm not mistaken. And looking into the quad oval, as well as you may be, you just show us the track previews here, as I'm just going to explain the description of the track. So you can see here, you're just gonna go flat out for essentially almost all of the race, basically almost all of the entire oval here, even coming into the, the bank turns of turns 1 and 2, which is actually set at 24 degrees banking for these 4 corners here. At least that's what I'm looking at here. It's actually like 24 degrees the banking on the turns. So you're gonna be carrying a lot of speed into these corners, and even with these speedway setups here, you're able to just be just about flat out. So I can maybe predict that we might be able to see some tight pack racing here in Charlotte.
We'll just see what happens. I've seen some 3-wide action, and yeah, in the test race this morning. I'm curious to see how things will fare in this oval classification decider. Alright, we are gonna head over now to the Charlotte Motor Speedway at night.
Yeah.
Load.
And anyways, just wanted to check back on the oval standings here. Now's a good time to talk about the oval standings here. Now, given that the points earned in a IndyCar race is about 70, and there's only like 1 extra point for pole position, unless I am mistaken about the fastest lap points and the lap sled and all that stuff, that should mean that for the drivers like
oh no, Mint is an absentee.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of a shame here. Anyways, I believe only 6 drivers are left in the title hunt for I believe, or is that 7 drivers in the title hunt for the oval title. Lena Lazar, of course, leading this championship by about a decent gap at around 26 points over Watagashi Uno. So I expect these two to provide a big fight, but also watch out for Suapatra, who might just be able to sweep in at the opportunity. Speaking of which, out of the 7 of the title contenders, which one of these have been registered as either a DNF or an absentee?
Well, I can tell you one thing. Ojiki now has a 5th consecutive DNQ.
Yeah. We also pointed out one out. As you can see, Anonon also not making another race. Shy Lily, after a pretty decent high last time out, is now not going to race at Charlotte. And then there's Ida Pochi and Fallen Shadow also not making it. So, oof.
Yeah, geez Louise, those names that you won't see here.
So anyways, just wanted to point out the starting grid for, the Charlotte race.
Patra, even this race, yeah, Patra is starting off at 9th, but who will be at pole? Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, my. Oh, yeah, Nachoneko out of title contention. She's just going to be racing for fun at this rate. And so, yeah, so let's just tell you about the starting lineup here in Charlotte Motor Speedway. So we got Nachaneko, of course, in pole position with Hoshifari Iku in second place, Tomoe Umari and Rudo round of the second row. Third row, Laimu and Nirosama with Annie and Saroe in the fourth row. Suopatra and Natasanana lineup on row 5 with Kawasaki Sui and Ami Aranya in row 6. And going down further back, we have Ayami, who is currently sitting in 13th place with Elena Lazar 14th, Yasatoiki and Tenjin Kotone running up the 8th row with Bao and Captain Hana on row 9, Shigure Ui and Hanamori Healthy on the 10th row. Running out the back 10 cars on the grid, you got Yuki Sakuna, Hori 1010, Nina Saotome, Vividly Vivi, and Miyoshino Shiki, as well as Kitanya, Kiki Pian, Akamura Imune, and then the Cinder and Watagashi Uno. Now, not a good look though for Uno though, who is currently in a direct championship battle with Lena Lazar. And speaking of which, I haven't seen Lena Lazar. Unless I'm wrong, you're free to correct me.
There she is.
Whew. Yeah, Lena Lazar currently sitting in 14th, and then we have Watagashi Uno starting at the back. Suo Patra sitting inside the top 10. Captain Hana also in this race. Rudo is, I believe, not in this race, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Also, I want to know about Captain Hana, Tomoe Umari, and Ami Amami.
Ami Amami is nowhere to be found. What other names were you mentioning?
Ami Amami, Captain Hana, and Tomoe Umari.
Tomoe is here. Tomoe is here.
Yeah. So, yeah, based on the second row alone, we're going to be seeing an upset championship win here from either one of these two drivers. Possibly. Given that they don't muck it up, I think we might be seeing a upset winner.
Oh, for a brief moment, I thought my R factor crashed, but apparently it hasn't. This is a rare night race. Hopefully, I don't run into issues here as we see Nacho Neko and Iku Hoshifuri up in the front row for this 55-lapper. Let's see what happens, how the championship standings get further shaken up as we go ahead and load the music and get to the race.
And anyways, coming into the season finale on this Oval Championship, the penultimate round of the overall season, with Nachaneko and Hoshifari Iku sitting on the front row, all eyes are going to be set on the second row right now with Rudo. And just want to check back who is currently in third. Just wanted to check. Yeah, there's Rudo and watch out for the second row though, and Tomoe Omari. Watch out for these two. We're going to be seeing a cracking title battle come to an end here in Charlotte.
Man, this is a fitting music track for this race. Racing under the lights here at Charlotte, but it's already switched to a different song now, so well. Anyway, last oval round of the series, round 11. Oh no, wait, I think it's the same song, but we are set to begin here at Charlotte. Round 11 is green. Here we go.
Ooh, and you can see here 55 laps.
Indeed, 55 laps. We'll take it. Already some three-wide action right here, briefly.
Yeah. Also, I just wanted to point out that due to these
going
cars,
full send almost immediately.
Yeah. And as you can see here, all these drivers bunching up. Yeah, as I mentioned, all these drivers just bunching up between each other, 3 wide, maybe 4 wide further back. I actually predicted that we may be seeing some pack racing here in Charlotte Motor Speedway, as if this is like a super speedway race. And now you can see here, lots of drivers going at it between each other, lots of door banging. How are they not crashing between each other?
This is sort of like the pack racing in Purple Car oval racing, but it's even more packed up in Purple Car. But even then, no one, they're able to go like 50 laps without crashing in the Corporal Car, but this is a completely different car set.
Yeah, a completely different ball game for all these cars, the drivers. Of course, this is the same type of pack racing that you see with the corporate car races, as mentioned by Dag. But these cars are a completely different type of breed. They're faster, they're grippier, and you can see here how much this car, Kawasaki Sui, manages to get past Laimu. Oh my goodness, the closing speed.
Kawasaki Sui hoping for a third win this month, but it's still very early on. There's still plenty of laps to go around here. Sui being chased after by Suopatra and Saraway. Laimu not too far behind.
And you can see here Annie and Tomoe Umari now. Umari now going on the outside of Laimu. And then there's Annie now trying to catch herself back up. You can see here, these drivers, all the entire pack, are now only like 3 to 4 to 5 seconds separated between each other. If there's a crash at the front, especially at the front or the back straight, expect a huge, huge one.
Patra regains the lead. Words are hard. Oh man, look at that. More 3-wide action here.
Oh my goodness. Let's just hope that they are able to, at the very least, maintain this level of performance. All of these 30 cars racing here in Charlotte Motor Speedway. And as you can see here, Sao Tome now trying to pile on the pressure on Kawasaki Sui there. Sui now probably going to take a move around the outside to possibly think of a better traction and better exit speed, but you can see Sui now going down the inside.
Sui right beside Patra. Patra on the high line will back away. Laimu on the inside, going past Patra. Shigure Ui, who's more used to racing on road courses, finds herself fourth. I mean, she has gotten a couple of podiums on ovals, but has yet to win on an oval.
Yeah, let's just hope that the potentials may be realized there for Shigeru. Of course, I believe the championship aspirations for her on at least the oval is now come to an abrupt end, but at the very least, she's now alive and kicking, and now trying to see if she's able to catch up into the top 2.
All 30 cars are still in it, and it's gonna be the first 10 laps without anyone crashing. Looking good for everyone. These talent files certainly helped with providing cleaner racing.
Yeah. And speaking of clean racing here, nice to see that these drivers... Oh, speaking of which, look at the back!
Oh, let's look at the replay. What happened?
Oh, it looks like it's further up there. It's further up. Oh.
Nanners!
Yeah, it was Netizen.
Pink Cat Bad! Oh, man, that's... but we're already seeing some casualties here. Someone may have also messed up. I gotta see the replay again. Someone may have run into her. Uh-oh!
Oh, dear. And you can see... Yeah, Nyanyer is literally stranded in the middle of the track with Sao Tome now, unfortunately being the unfortunate car being collected. Also, multiple cars now being out of the race so far.
Oh,
now
man!
Coming in to go down the inside. This is not going to look good.
Chaos here. Laimu is gone.
And Tomoyo Mari too.
Oh, I meant to play that sound for Patra.
That's the Tour of the Championship hopes gone.
Yaso Torki also.
Oh no! Ouch.
Uno and pit lane. Saraway. Numi is... I don't know. Nina is out.
Yeah,
Kawasaki Sui. Oh no!
That's the championship leader now out. That's the championship leader out currently.
And more DNFs. Ui and Tomoe Umari.
Yeah. That's very, very unfortunate there. Lots of cars sustaining damage. Oh my goodness,
Chaos
there's
here.
more carnage. Oh no!
Holy crap! Ladies and gentlemen, this is mayhem. This is mayhem, not unlike the real-life Charlotte IndyCar race that took place like a long time ago.
Oh, look at Captain Hannah. Look at Captain Hannah.
Oh,
look at her.
Man.
I understand wanting to continue on as usual. Oh. Got collected by another driver, and it should be her out of the race fully.
The test race I did for this morning didn't have this bout of carnage.
Yeah, the attrition level is way off the charts here.
I think looks fine, luckily.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a bright spot to this madness.
So anyway,
Lena Lazar is 2 down, but is still in it, and she has a good chance of a championship title now that Kawasaki Sui has somehow gotten down into the void. Holy cow, look at that. Not a lot of cars left in this race already. And this race currently being led by Tenshin Kotone. R Factor Gremlins, of course, getting rowdy here, as Chrono indeed pointed out.
Yeah, also just wanted to point out that I don't want to count the actual amount of DNFs in this race. As you see there, the cars actually pile driving into each other, cars being stranded in the middle of the track. And I was like, oh my goodness, that was like so wild. I know you can see there's a tire though. Just casually scrolling.
We don't want a repeat of that Charlotte race like a long time ago.
Yeah,
I mean, that one tragedy is enough. 2 would be too much.
Yeah, just wanted to say, I hope that doesn't happen again. As you can see here, I actually do want to see the remaining drivers in this race, though. I also want to see how many drivers are DNF by the looks of it. So take a look into the drivers from 30th on back. I'm gonna do some pretty decent counting. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually further down, the bottommost. Just wanted to check back. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's at least 12. At least 12, and then
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So already we have more than half of the field gone.
That is a chaos at its finest here. I don't think I've seen a situation that bad since New Hampshire, like a long time ago.
Yeah, and it was already bad enough now at that time, but now this one takes a whole different cake, as you can see here. Now the lead lap cars have finished just about 20 to 21 laps already. That's Tenji Kotone and Bao currently in the top 2. Just wanted to, you mentioned about Lena Lazar, though, who is currently also running in this race.
8th?
She's currently running in 8th. Yeah, so she's going to be in a serious position to not just win the overall, well, not exactly the overall, but the overall championship standings, but to also give her a massive cushion against especially Kawasaki Sui, who is actually not far behind in the overall standings, who is now only 2 points behind.
Yeah, Patra is overall championship. Looks like Patra is a goner. Oh man, Uno is still in it. Uno's still in it.
And meanwhile, just wanted to check on the rest of the field. You also can see Captain
Good God.
Tomoyo Mari, who was also involved in the early incident too.
Hannah is out of the race.
And meanwhile, just wanted to check. There's only like 2 cars running on the lead lap. What is this? Talladega 1969?
Yeah, could be. Yeah, just 9 cars left in this race. Not even halfway through. I don't think even a third of the way through before we lost so many cars here.
And also just wanted to point out the slightly glitching track map as Cinder and Bruto try to tough it out. Not sure if this is actually position or...
the glitching cars, those are just the cars that fell out of the track.
Yeah, that's also a bit of a shame there, the fact that they're still hovering around the racetrack.
Well, luckily 1010 is still running, and he's guaranteed a top 10 finish, because, yeah.
By default, due to other drivers essentially crashing out between each other. Now, at the very least, I want to know the opinions of, let's say, those who did not qualify. Like, for example, Anon Non and Ojiki. At the very least, their cars did not get torn up there.
Luckily, but they won't get any points since they don't qualify.
So that's the caveat. Meanwhile, there could be some potential side-by-side.
Yeah, Katona is leading because, of course she is. She prefers racing on ovals.
Yeah, talking about being an oval merchant, as Hanamori Healthy now, I believe, has grabbed her lap back, if I'm not mistaken. You can see here, despite not having a good car on the left side, you can see here the side pod's gone on the left side. She's actually running pretty competitively. She actually managed to grab one of her laps back, but she is still a lap down and still needs to pass 1010, Cinder, and Vividly Vivi.
Yeah, those 4 cars, 1 lap down. Only the 2 cars, Katona and Bao, on the lead lap.
And that is right now, with these cars being evenly spread out, just wanted to point out the facts here. With these cars being spread out, the incident from this point on should be minimal, barring any movement inside the pit lane, which may cause them to essentially bunch up between each other again. But actually, just because there's only 2 cars going alongside, I would say that we might be seeing no big ones or huge ones until the end.
Yeah, Lena, visibly a bit ahead of Cinder, although Cinder has a better position than Lena.
And as you can see here, Lena Lazar just trying to maintain her position ahead of Cinder. Cinder might think of a move down the inside, but of course Cinder really needs a good run off this final corner and possibly get alongside. But right now Lena Lazar has a good answer to Cinder's great exit, as Lazar manages to just continue to stay ahead.
So it's going to be 22 more laps of going around, everything wide open, but there's still a race wins to be won. Katona with a massive lead, but she is already out of championship contention at this point after just mediocre results in the first 10 rounds, as far as I'm concerned. But her leading on an oval, yeah, that is certainly unsurprising.
But yeah, just wanted to also point out a few of these fun facts here. As you can see here, 21 laps to go here in Charlotte. I did mention about the risk of pack racing, especially for these Indy cars. And I did mention about Las Vegas. Now, unfortunately, there's a similar racing package that we did see in Las Vegas which it actually mirrors this Charlotte race very, very similarly, on which unfortunately there was a massive pileup, I believe on lap 11, was that lap 12, that actually took the life of a driver that is Dan Weldon. Now, fortunately, at the very, very least, all of these cars, the drivers are fictional, so there's on which there's not going to be any loss of lives to begin with. So that's the first fortunate part. But at the very least, we get to see some entertaining racing in the first parts of this race.
And the audience, they're all just cardboard cutouts. Yeah, I like to call the people in the audience cardboard cutouts. And cardboard is luckily recyclable for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, unless they get burned or ripped apart to the point of no return. But anyways, let's not get off topic for too much. as you see Tenji Kotone there now leading this race pretty comfortably.
19 seconds. Almost 20.
Speaking of Kotone, who's also out of overall title contention after the race at Termas de Rio Hondo, Tenji Kotone is just going to be racing for funsies. Let's see if she's able to, at the very least, bring a smile to her season with a win.
One of the championship contenders still in it, alongside Lena.
And yeah, just wanted to point out there that Lena Lazar, barring any sort of issues that she might face, she is currently on course to win the oval title as we speak.
Rudo, guaranteed at least a 9th place finish. Where is Rudo? 98th behind, and 9th place earns 24 points, so might still have a slightest chance at a second gold star, provided things happen.
Yeah, as we mentioned about the unlikely title contentions from these unlikely title contenders. Now, a 9th place might theoretically put Rudo in a decent position for her to get herself back into the fight, but that will only mean that she will be at about, if I'm not mistaken, based on 137 plus 24, that should be 161 points. And of course, I think that might not be enough for her to actually get into a title contention at the final race of the season in Detroit.
Well, we know that Lena will have the advantage of getting to be in the final race, because in the VTRP, the driver in the points lead gets to race in the final round no matter what. That's what we do in the VTRP in all series. So we'll get to see Lena vie for the title.
Yeah, that should be something that we all need to see. The championship leader having a 100% guaranteed chance to at the very least compete in the final race of the season, as Cinder tries to get past Takashi Uno, but the outside line just continues to absolutely work for these Indy cars.
Yeah, Lena still needs to qualify so she can set her position for the race at Belle Isle, as we come down to, well, 10 laps. 10 laps.
Just wanted to ask a bit of,
yes.
Yeah, I just want to ask a bit of a question about, let's say, the championship leader coming into the final race of the season. As you may have mentioned, the leader of the IndyCar series coming into, well, all VTRP series, if I'm not mistaken, coming into the final race of the season will be present in the race no matter what. But let's say, I just want to remind the viewers once again, if the driver in question did not qualify, what is going to happen?
Then we re-roll until the points leader gets in.
Ah, yes. So essentially, the rule is that the championship leader coming into the final race of the season will have a guaranteed starting spot as low as 30th place. As you can see, Tenji Kotone there gets blocked by Vividly Vivi,
but still has a massive lead to her name anyway. Kotone's just having fun. Just it's a big lead.
Yeah, let's just hope that she doesn't make any silly mistakes or any unnecessary risk there. As you can see here, as you mentioned, she has an 18-second gap over her nearest competitor. As you can see here, the grid now gets quieter as coincidentally and conveniently, Vividly Vivi comes into the pits. Oh, Tenji Kotone slowed down.
Careful there.
And you can see Watagashi Uno, though, trying to get into the apron to make the pass as Vividly Vivi comes into the pits to service herself.
A pit stop shuffle with up to 9 cars. Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Watagashi Uno! And there's a massive spin by Watagashi Uno at the exit of turn 4.
Let's look at the replay. What just
You can see,
happened? Just
So
went too fast trying to get in.
Yeah, Tenjin Kotone was trying to get into the pit lane. Oh dear, did she actually try to do a Quinn Half at Texas in 2020?
Maybe, I don't know, but she's gonna be without rear wing. Yeah, she is gonna come in as we come down to 5 laps. But Uno's gonna be taking a while to restore her rear wing.
Yeah, and now Tenjin Kotone now actually maintaining the lead after making her pit stop. So this is something to actually behold.
Now just now getting out. Kotone staying in.
This is very great stuff there. Tenjin Kotone still in this race lead after making a pit stop and making a Quinn Half move at while she was going into the pit. Usually, when you come into the pit and these types of ovals, you don't come into the pits from the outside line. You have to come in from the inside line. And of course, that costed Watagashi Uno, who had to take defensive and, evasive action. But in doing so, she lost control of the car and slammed into the wall.
Yeah, very dangerous. If this were real life, then Uno would be out of the race just like that. But
and also potential injuries.
Yeah, but this is R factor, so you only lose your rear wing. As long as you have all 4 tires intact and your engine isn't all messed up, then you're still good to go. 2 to go for Tenjin Kotone.
Yeah. I also just wanted to point out that in addition to the potential rear wing damage, you also probably would have damage your suspension, which also would not help your drivability of the car.
White flag will be waved, and it's just a relatively clean racing for
Until
like 30
part.
or so laps after that mayhem, which took out over 2/3 of the field. And it's going to be complete dominance all throughout by Tenjin Kotone, who's going to have herself a consolation win here. Tenjin Kotone wins at Charlotte. Congratulations.
Watch for Lena Lazar. Watch out for Lena Lazar.
Lena Lazar is 8th. I was going to finish 2nd. And
just wanted to give a bit of a calculation there. Due to Sui, Uno, Yasutoiki not having great races, and Lena Lazar being the only driver standing and actually having great races, provisionally, I think I can probably announce this, that I think Lena Lazar is your oval champion.
Yeah, we'll confirm the points. Lena Lazar should take the oval classification.
Yeah, as I'm just going to roll down into the race results, Tenjin Kotone, Bao, and Viviali Vivi make up the 3 podium spots. Tenjin Kotone, of course, winning here in Charlotte Motor Speedway with a consolation win. Of course, she's out of title contention for, I believe, both. I believe in all 3 of the title on the championships. But yeah, this win should at the very least lift spirits. Bao in 2nd, Vividly Vivi 3rd, Cinder 4th, Hori 1010 in 5th. Good job, Dag. Hanamori Healthy 6th with Rudo 7th, and Lena Lazar with her 8th place should be able to get her the oval title with Watagashi Uno 9th and Yoshino Shiki in 10th. And just wanted to point out a few things. Yeah, more than 2/3 of the field have now come and gone, with Ani being amongst the retirees, with Akuma Nimune, with Captain Hana 13th, Hoshifari Iku and Ayami Mega 14 and 15th, Yuki Sakura 16th, with Kitanya 17th, Nirosama 18th, with Nachoneko 19th, and Ami Aranya in 20th, Kike Bianpia in 21st, with Sarai 22nd, Shigure Ui 23rd, with Tomoe Omari 24th, Kawasaki Sui 25th, with Nina Saotomi 26th, Yasutoiki in 27th, with Flying with 28th, Natasha Anderson 29th, and Swole Potter, unfortunately, in 30th place.
I mean, good God.
Yeah, that's got to be a bit of a shame here.
That was a mess in multiple ways.
Yeah. Also, just wanted to point out that fortunately, if you're a fan of double dual commentary, I will be available for the final race at Detroit Belle Isle. No one is gonna be able to miss the championship deciding race, at least for the overall and road course titles, and I should be no exception. So, anyways, let's just hope that the race at Detroit Belle Isle should give us a cracking finale to the 15th season.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you did say you're gonna stay around or you're gonna tap out.
Stay around. Yeah, I'm going to stay around. I'm going to definitely stay around.
Excellent.
No one should be missing this championship finale.
All right. That is good to hear. So Nacho, where is Nacho? Because she's supposed to get a bonus point here, and where is Nacho? Okay, Nacho. So Hole and yeah, indeed, Lena. Lena does win the Oval classification.
Yeah, congratulations to her.
194 points. Watakashi Uno 166, and
Suo Patra.
Patra will take third by tiebreaker. 142. Bao 142, but Patra has a win on an oval. Bao has a second at best. And fifth is Captain Hannah with 130. And overall, oh, look at that.
Yeah, Lena Lazar maintaining this championship lead. Watakashi Uno and Kawasaki Sui actually now tied for second place on paper, but Kawasaki Sui should take the second place by virtue of her having 2 wins over Uno's 1.
Yeah. So Lena 261, Sui 234 and 2 wins, Uno 234 and 1 win, Cinder 223, and then Hannah is fifth. Hannah and Yasutoiki, both on 208. Need to check the tiebreaker. I don't think we'll count pole position points there. Just a higher finish comes into play. So I think Hannah will have the tiebreaker at the moment. And yeah, we'll have 8 names eligible for the championship title.
Yeah, just wanted to check out there. There are 8 drivers that are still in contention for the fight. Now, if for the drivers who are realistically in it, I think we should be able to see 4 drivers with Lena Lazar, Kawasaki Sui, Watagashi Uno, and Cinder being the 4 drivers who have a realistic shot at winning the title. And of course, Lena Lazar being in the driver's seat for this 15th IndyCar championship. Let's just hope that she's able to get herself in a position to win this title. And speaking of which, if we want to look at underdogs, Yasutoiki and Captain Hannah, Vividly Vivi, and Amiyamami have a good shot, somewhat of a decent shot to win the title, but needs the top 4 to fall out at Detroit if they want to have a chance. And even then, they've got a race between each other. What is this? The 1992 Hooters 500?
Yeah. A lot of drivers still with a hope at a title, but Sui and Uno need 7th or better. Cinder needs 3rd or better. Yasutoiki, Hannah, Bibi, and Ami, well, must win out.
But, so anyways, yeah. Looks like we should be able to take a short break before we get into the final race of the season.
Yes, we will take a couple minutes break to collect ourselves and then get pumped up for the title decider. Who will take it? Will be Lena Lazar taking the championship, or will it be Sui or Uno or one of a few others taking it? Find out after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Yep.
And we are back for the last race of this month's series, and it's going to be a big one as we get back to the game screen. Detroit Belle Isle, the site of the title race, and luckily I'm able to remember to change back the race start time to the proper 1 p.m. I have a brain.
Yes, we all have brains, but sometimes it just shuts off for no apparent reason.
Luckily, I remembered. Go ahead.
So anyways, Detroit Belle Isle, of course, this track was a mainstay in the IndyCar season, well, in the IRL IndyCar season, before they have to move it into, another track. But yeah, into downtown. But those few races where they raced in Belle Isle, it was a great track, though. Of course, it's a street course punctuated by lots of essentially tight spaces. Of course, the driver is starting at Sunset Drive, coming into the final corner. But yeah, this track, it should be very tight, and it should be a driver's track. So, Dak, let's just run through the start of this one. You can see here, coming into the first two corners, it's a very tight S here. Downshift into third gear, so you do carry a bit of speed into the back straight, into turns 3 and 4, which should be very, very tight corners here. So it's essentially a stop and then go at this part of the track. Almost thinking about downshifting to first gear, which just shows you how tight the track is. And then there's turn 4, and then the very tight turn 5 to also come along with it. Fortunately, they're just staying in second gear. And into turn 6, coming into Strand Drive. And there's this long back straight, the back stretch coming into turn 7. We stretch like a Strand Drive. As you can see here, coming into turn 7, it's also a very fast corner. So, but you can see here the car is like third gear, so I think the corner's at fourth gear. And then into turn 8, which is a slow corner, possibly taking a second gear. And then into turn 9, pretty quick. And then there's another corner at turn 10 before you absolutely break it into turn 11. And then coming back into Strand Drive into the double apex corner, turns 12 and 13. Reminds me a lot of Sepang turns 7 and 8. And which you should come into Sunset Drive into turn 14, on which you should be able to, complete the lap here in Detroit Belle Isle. Now, if I were you, I'd be thinking about going for a car that should be good for braking and should be suited for these tight corners, because obviously with lots of space to not much space to work into, it's all about the details that you need to absolutely nail yourself on.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and let the crowd know that there's still time to get in. 1 round left. Let's update my Twitter.
Yeah. So while Dag is doing his update and all that stuff, just wanted to remind everyone to, of course, tune in to the season finale of the VTRP. The VTRP is an IndyCar series. Of course, we got 8 cars left in title contention, at the very least, for the overall title. Lena Lazar, Kawasaki Sui, Watagashi Uno, and Cinder are currently in a realistic chance to win the titles. Of course, Lena Lazar has the driver's seat and is currently in the lead. And then we have Yasatoiki, Captain Hana, Vivi, and Amiya Mami still in contention for the title. And that's only for the overall title. And as for the road / street course standings here, Kawasaki Sui and of course Cinder and Yasatoiki are literally the only drivers. Just want to remind everyone this one. Kawasaki Sui, Cinder, and Yasatoiki are literally the only drivers who are still in contention for this road course title. Well, actually, no. Just want to give a bit of an update here. It's not actually just these 3 cars. Akuma Nimune, Kiki Pian, Amir Aranya, Doki Bird, and then there is also Miyoshino Shiki, and maybe Shy Lily and Vividly Vivi as well, who is still in title contention. So 10 cars in the title hunt for the road / street course title, and 8 cars remaining in the overall title.
All right, thank you for the updates, Adak. And you ready to go for the final round?
Oh man, we're all ready here. I mean, let's just hit the load circuit button and let's just hope that Lena Lazar gets in at the first time of asking.
All right, here we go. Load. And if I don't see Lena's name among the pack, we're gonna reload. Yeah, Lena's got to be in the race no matter what.
Yeah, as of course a reward for maintaining the race lead coming into the final race, the championship leader of course has to make the start. And as you can see here, Lena Lazar is.
Wait. We got. Watch it. Oh no, I accidentally clicked it out. Oh no, I gotta reroll. Oh, yeah, Lena Lazar has gotta be in no matter what. Yeah, sorry about that. Take two. We gotta reroll. Yeah. Lena Lazar has got to be in, no matter what.
Right. All right, Dag. It looks like we have your points scattered across. So, anyways,
Lena
I just
Lazar,
want
okay.
to check.
Lena Lazar is in. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Now let's set the grid. If Lena appears in 31st to 35th, we'll reroll.
And with the finish session, or rather the next session button being pressed, let's just see how the results play out.
Here we go.
And fortunately for all of you who would like to see Lena Lazar continue to race, there you have it. She is currently in the race here, and fortunately she will start 8th place. But watch out for the top, watch out for the bottom 5 drivers. Unfortunately, that should be it for Yasutoiki, Cinder, and Ami Amami's championship aspirations.
Ooh, that's 3 names. 3 names at the least. That won't be in the championship contention.
Also, Anon None once again.
None again. So Toiki, Cinder, Non,
and also
Ui, and Ami Amami.
Yeah, that's got to be a bitter pill to swallow.
So there go those names and starting back the grid because, of course, would rather race on an oval. Let's set the starting grid for this race. Ooh, Sui starting off way down there in 26th. Ooh, and no, 24th.
Yeah, there's already one hand on the title for Lena Lazar as we want to take a look on the pole sitter. Kiki Pianpian takes pole position here in Detroit alongside Akuma Numine in 2nd place. Saraway 3rd with Yoshino Shiki in the 2nd row. The 3rd row is currently Tenjin Kotone and Ida Pochi. Kitanya and Lena Lazar will start on the 4th row, especially for the championship leader. Lena Lazar, she's going to be in a serious position to win the road course and overall titles. Yuki Sakuna and Bao sit on row 5. Laimu and Hanamori Healthy sit on the 6th row with Natasha Nyanyers and Fallen Shadow on the 7th row. Shadow starts 15th with Ojiki 16th, Ami Aranya 17th, and Min Phantom in 18th, Annie 19th, and Tomoe Umari in 20th. Omiya Emma 21st with Nirosama 22nd, Dokiba 23rd, and then Watakashi Uno in 24th, Hoshifuri Iko 25th, Kawasaki Siri 26th, with Suopatra 27th and Ayami 28th, Rurodo 29th, and Hori 1010 last on the grid.
Yeah, I just need to confirm the names. So, Sui and Uno. Where is Hannah and Vivi? I don't see Hannah's name anywhere.
Yeah,
Vivi,
Captain. Yep.
Vivi is also a no-show.
Oh, yeah, just wanted to point out there, I'm not sure we see Ojiki's name either. So if this is true that Ojiki is absent in this round, then it's the tale of two halves for Ojiki. Ojiki actually participated in the first half of the season, but since the second half started, she has absolutely ghosted.
But for now, for once, she's in a race.
Oh, yeah.
A bit too little too late, though. So, yeah. Hannah is an absentee. Vivi also, of course, an absentee. But Sui and Uno need a whole lot of help. Lena, very close to winning that gold star, but anything can still happen here.
Also, just wanted to point out once again, here's another the details in the pudding once again. 3 cars setting identical lap times. Kiki Piampian, Akuma Nimune, and Saroe setting identical lap times, but by virtue of Kiki Piampian actually crossing the line, first she got pole position, and then Akuma Numine, who came alongside her, and then Saroe.
All right. Qualifying, once again, quite interesting in R factor. But
and so
what
anyways,
matters is the race. Who will take the championship? Right. 3 drivers left to vie for the title. Lena Lazar, Watagashi Uno, and Kawasaki Sui. Who will take the gold star? Oh, 7th row. Controversial row. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yanners and
so
Shadow.
Just want to also one more thing about this one. Lena Lazar, I believe in my opinion, she already has one hand on the title. It's all about not making any silly mistakes and not being caught up in unfortunate events if she wants to grab her star in as an IndyCar champion. So as for the other drivers, like for example Kawasaki Sui and Ko, starting further back on the grid, all they need to do is try to be in the right place and the right time and hope that the circumstances fall in their favor. That's the one thing that they need to do. Hope that it happens.
All right. Thanks for the pointers here. Now we are set to go here. Final round of the 15th series. Who will take it? Let's find out right now.
And so with the race button being pressed, let's just see the 30 cars being run across the grid. So of course, we have Kiki Piampian, Akuma Numine currently in the front row. 30 cars are about to get themselves ready to race here in Detroit Belle Isle. And as you can see here, all of these drivers just going about their business as usual. Let's see what are your thoughts on this race so far? Well, coming to this race.
Well, street racing, known for being challenging. I mean, the walls. And there's going to be some pushing and shoving, especially with the title at stake. Anyway, I gotta explain one thing in the start sequence. At least the first 5 rows in their entirety must be free and not stuck in order for the start to count. If any of the drivers starting in the top 10 get stuck, then we'll have to restart the case lap.
Yeah. And as the drivers just go about their business and Akuma Numine, as you mentioned.
Yeah, is she stuck? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to not count that pace lap. We have to start again from the top.
Alright, so let's just fast forward.
Man, I don't want OBS I don't want OBS to crash on me, especially with this championship decider in place. And come on now, we're gonna do one more attempt. We're gonna do one more attempt, and then we'll skip ahead. One more attempt, and then we'll skip ahead.
All right. So let's just hope that doesn't crash at this. I think you can stop now. Oh dear.
And we will not proceed. We're gonna press space button, and we'll get to the race. All right. And yeah. Why won't it start properly?
All right. Sometimes it happens for you. Sometimes the software doesn't work for you. So, anyways, let's just skip the formation lap. Let's go.
No green flag. Still. Oh, this is supposed to be the championship decider, and multiple false starts. I guess we have no choice but to do the full thing. Okay, now it looks better. Now it looks better. Okay, now it looks much better. We'll take it, because first 5 rows are intact.
Alright, so finally, after multiple attempts at the start, we should now be able to get this thing properly underway. I'll take it to you, Dag.
Who will take the championship? 3 drivers in contention to win the Gold Star. Who will win the Gold Star? Final round here at Detroit Belle Isle. Kiki and Numi lead everyone off to the green flag. Here we go. Uh-oh. Oh no, Fallen Shadow and
Fallen
Mint.
Shadow.
Oh no, and that confirms Mint as the dead last driver. Dead last in a championship for Mint.
Yeah.
Mint and Fallen Shadow are both out. So...
yeah, continuing to essentially just barrel roll and essentially do somersaults in the void. As you can see here, there's lots of drivers going 2 wide or 3 wide coming into turn 4 and 5.
Very good start for Elena. Improving 4 positions to go up to 4. Yeah. Numi ahead of Kiki and Pochi.
Yeah, Ida Pochi currently doing very well as well, and coming in 3rd place right now in the last of the podium spots. Of course, known for being the official illustrator for Pavoli Arena in Hall Live, and also other members and also other VTubers and all that stuff. As you can see here, Akuma Numine continues to control her lead at the moment, and you can see Pion and also Ida Pochi also in hot pursuit. As far as Lena Lazar is concerned, this is the best, not exactly the best permutation that she has, but this is exactly what she needs to have in this title battle. Her already being ahead of her title rivals by quite the amount of position. As you can see, lots of drivers coming into the pits.
Sui up to 19th. Where is Watagashi Uno? Oh, way down there on 26. Not too good for those drivers. But, ouch. But already looking pretty good for Elena. She's up to 3rd now.
Lena Lazar now she's a woman on a mission there. Now trying to find a way past Ida Pochi and Numine. If she can win in this race, that absolutely seals it. She will be winning the 15th IndyCar season and will get a golden star as a result. As you can see here, Numine absolutely being slowed there. Ida Pochi is now going to try to look for an opportunity against Numine. Watch out for Lena Lazar.
Lena Lazar right at Pochi's tail.
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be very interesting here. Coming into like 14 laps to go in this season, Lena Lazar has been absolutely remarkable so far. Not having much of a foot wrong so far. She won the first race at Gateway and only managed one podium from these 11 races that we had so far, but her hallmark is consistent finishes inside the top 10.
Indeed.
Because if you want to know how many top 10s that she has scored, I think I can count maybe 7 out of the 11 races where she was able to finish inside the top 10. So this is like Matt Kenseth.
She might as well be Matt Kenseth with how well she's doing. What's the New Zealand equivalent of Matt Kenseth though?
Not sure about Matt Kenseth's equivalent in New Zealand though, but if I were to think of New Zealand racing drivers in general, I might think of Brendan Hartley. Let's say if we're talking about Formula 1 drivers from New Zealand, but he is very good in sports car racing. And as for other drivers, I'm not sure about other drivers, but I know that Brendan Hartley is the best example, at the very least in the sports car racing perspective. He is a multiple-time Le Mans winner.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. All right, Pochi doing pretty well. She won here last time we raced at Detroit Belle Isle. Almost lost the lead to Numi right there. We're through 3.
And Kiki Pyonpyeon, just wanted to point out that she's now down in 5th place. And then we have Tenjin Kotone running in 4th place. Lena Lazar maintaining her spot on the podium positions, but not for long.
Look at her go! Quite a bunch of positions improved. She really wants that star.
Yeah, Uno, this is already
not doing so hot. Sui, oh man.
So yeah,
dealing with
no matter
loads
what
and loads of traffic. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so based on the positions at the moment, the title will go to Lena Lazar in both the overall and in the road course. Not exactly on the road course though. Lena Lazar's greatest, very great performance on the ovals does offset the overall title. But as for Kawasaki Sui and Watagashi Uno, who is still in the title hunt, just wanted to point out about their progress right here. Uno is now currently in the pits, while we are going to be taking a look into Kawasaki Sui, who is also currently in this race. She's actually inside the top 20, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so she's currently in 17th. So Sui should be able to, at the very least, salvage the Road Class 3 course title, but the overall title will go to Lena Lazar as it stands.
Lena Lazar certainly out to get blood. Well, she loses a position, but she's still very good here. Very good position to win it.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at positions. Well, the position difference is that now it's now dropped down to 13 positions ahead of Kawasaki Sui. And just wanted to also think about the mindset here. If you are already having a serious amount of a seriously good cushion for you to, at the very least, soften the blow in case anything goes wrong, A, will you try to build up the gap once again? Or will you think that, oh, you know what, I'm just not going to take risks anymore, I'm just going to chill? Or 3, you're going to take the route of the hare and just absolutely slow down and just take a chill pill until right at the finish. But it's not like the hare, where the hare essentially sleeps midway, because in this third mindset, you have to race until the end, and if they do get close, you have to immediately get yourself back on your toes.
There is an analogy that I've known very well in soccer or association football. The most dangerous lead, a 2-goal lead. It may look significant, but we've seen many instances in which such a lead is lost because the team leading was too comfy. You gotta be alert and on your toes, as you've mentioned, the whole entire time, because you never know when the other team might come back to get the win.
Yes, the old adage of the 2-0 scoreline being the most dangerous scoreline. Like, for example, if you have a 2-0 lead, would you think of actually being comfortable with the lead and just play about with less intensity, or will you just try to go ahead and try to build the gap and be prone to mistakes? So, admittedly, we'll talk about the scientific details of the 2-0 lead myth all day, but this is not the time for it. As you can see here, Ida Pochi now under pressure from Akama Numine for the race lead. As you can see here also, Lena Lazar now dropping down to 6.
I mean, she does still have a pretty large cushion. Doesn't want to be too comfy, though, in case of an earthquake or someone dying on the approach. Well, Sui slowly making her way. But,
just wanted to,
still.
it looks like barring the 2 cars that are currently in the void at the moment, there's like 28 cars, like all of the cars are still running, so that's nice to see. At the very least, there's low amounts of attrition in this race. Oh, there's Numine now going side by side with Kotone.
Numi back up to second now,
and
but
Kotone now
trying to
rebound
rebound.
at turns 4 and 5. And you can see here it's faster in turn 4, but then the turn 5 is much more slow, and then there's turn 6. There's also a pretty slow corner as well, but it leads to this back straight that is very, very long. So you have to absolutely think about either you want to go hard on that corner, or will you try to set yourself up for this back straight.
Even though many of these drivers are out of contention, they're still they still want to go for the win. They're still having fun in the IndyCar no matter what. Everyone's having fun.
Yeah.
Except if you're
Min Phantom. Oh yeah, I have to feel for her though. Min Phantom not having the best season so far. 4 races, or rather 5 races, where she essentially was a non-factor throughout the race by virtue of either being absent or being a DNQ. Missed the entire first quarter of the season. And also, what makes it worse is that she only has 2 finishes inside the top 20 and not a single top 10 to boot. Oh, man.
Not a single double-digit performance for Minto.
That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt so much. Anyways, back to Ida Pochi, who maintains the lead so far, as we're now coming into 7 laps to go. Cotone, though, is gonna be trying to set up a move against Ida Pochi.
Cotone outside of the racing line, trying to think of a move to make, when to make it, where, and how.
Oh, this is pretty early.
Whoa! Careful there. As you go around the fountain turn, the famous fountain.
And oh my goodness, that was a bold move by Cotone, though. Spotted a gap down the inside when Ida Pochi was just chilling around. And of course, Pochi's possible complacency has costed her the lead. But of course, we're still far away from the race being decided and the season being concluded, as currently looking at Lena Lazar, who's also lost even more positions. Look at Kawasaki Sui, who's already, I believe, I'm not sure if she's in 8th place or not. Yeah, this is where she is right now.
15, still too far away. Still too far out of where she needs to be.
But she is gaining positions, though. Look at her making a move against Aranya.
Another position, going full send, well over the halfway point. Oh man, a bunch of cars in the way. And we have a driver without a front wing, but she is a non-factor in the championship anyway. Back to the front we go.
Anyways, just wanted to check about Lena Lazar, who's now dropped down to 8th, if I'm not mistaken. That's where the current championship leader is. And currently ahead of her is, of course, Yuki Sakuna, who's currently in 7th place. But you can see Lena Lazar might actually think about actually trying to attack once again, because right now, hot on the heels of Lena Lazar is actually Kawasaki Suido. Not sure where she is right now, but she is making a charge inside the top 10.
Sui. Ooh, another couple positions gained.
What did I tell you?
Oh man, pushing and shoving among the drivers.
And we'll look at who's in the center.
Oh man, Lena dropping a few more positions as we come down to 6 laps here.
Yeah, I think her eyes should be now open though. Kawasaki Sui is now within, I believe, a second of Lena Lazar. And look at Sui though, continuing to make progress. Who's to say that if Sui manages to continue closing the gap and making the overtake, and suddenly if Lena Lazar loses the front wing, this could open the door for Kawasaki Sui to steal it all.
Yeah, we're already seeing some physicality here. Ooh. Drivers just pulling no punches, just going physical at it with each other. Donkey back onto the track, down to 27th.
And she's going to cause problems for the lead lap cars, I believe. Speaking of which, Cotone now around the outside of Ida Pochi, though.
Yumi also in the swing of things.
Yeah, this is a great battle for the top, for the lead here in Detroit, as Lena Lazar manages to get her act together once again.
Just trying to steer clear of potential danger. She is still ahead of Sui, who is still 12th. She needs at least 7 or better for a chance at the title, provided Lena screws up, but she still hasn't screwed up. She still has a good, intact running car. Both front and rear wing still in place, trying not to run into issues as the cars go very close. Oh, man.
the turn 3 might just be the danger zone that we need to highlight, as you see drivers essentially making contact between each other at that corner. So I fear that if there's a braking misstep between any of these drivers, especially if it's from Lena Lazar and she makes contact and collects another car, losing her front wing in the process, then the door will absolutely be open to anyone who's going to take the scraps. And who's looking to take the scraps? It's going to be Kawasaki Sui if that happens.
Oh man, Sui now one position behind Lena.
Ooh, there's contact.
Oh man, Lena losing ground.
Wide.
Oh, 3 wide, yeah. Oh man, this is crazy stuff. Lena ahead still.
The two championship protagonists now going toe-to-toe between each other, as Sui now, I believe, currently sitting in 12th place. Lena Lazar currently in 11th, and because the Kawasaki Sui is not in the position to be winning the title based on her positions, it's still going to go in the way of Lena Lazar. So Lazar currently in her mindset, I think if my mind serves it correctly, I think we should let Kawasaki Sui go in the hopes that she's able to unable to make up the lost ground in time. It's all about the different mindsets. And meanwhile, Kawasaki Sui is just thinking of every possibility.
Losing ground. Regressing to 14th.
Yeah, as you mentioned, thinking about every single possibility that you can think of. Unfortunately, this is not the possibility that Sui is hoping for. And right now, coming into the final 4 laps of the season, it's all coming undone for the remaining protagonists. And it's going to be another hand on the title, another hand on the trophy, and another hand on the gold star for Lena Lazar at this point.
Meanwhile, the battle for the lead, Cotone up in front. Numi tried to trudge ahead, tried to go clear. Cotone losing ground. Watch out for Pochi, who's looking for another win here at Belle Isle, but having to contend with Cotone. Goes past Cotone. Now it's a chase after Numi. 3 to go here.
And just wanted to continue to pay attention to Lena Lazar, who's currently still sitting at 11th.
Pochi back up in front now.
Place. Yeah, we saw a nice move there by Ida Pochi for her to get herself back into the lead. Meanwhile, Lena Lazar needs to really think about the risk and reward. She's already receiving a lot of rewards, and the amount of risk that she may be seeing here at the moment may be too much if the interest is to win the title. If, let's say, Lena Lazar suddenly crashes out, it's still going to be going into the hands of Lena Lazar regardless, due to, of course, Sui's gap.
Sui still way down there in 14th. The gap between 7th and 14th, though, just a few seconds.
Yeah, 3 laps to go, still all to play for here. I wouldn't call this championship battle done and dusted. Speaking of which, Ida Pochi continues to control this race lead after suffering intense pressure from Cotone and Kitanya and the rest of the field. You mentioned that she's already won here in Detroit once, and she's looking for a second.
Yeah, I want to think. That's Pochi won at Belle Isle. I'm pretty sure. As we come down to the last 2 laps, I gotta check the sheets to make sure. I want to think she did win. That's Detroit Belle Isle.
But anyways,
yes.
As Dak is...
Yes. Yeah. Season 2, a long time ago.
So it's going to be a win drought absolutely shattered for the Illustrator virtual YouTuber, as I've mentioned before. Illustrated the likes of Povolio Rene in Hall Life.
That's Pochi's only IndyCar win so far, back in the 2nd series, August 2021. Been a long time coming. It's going to be a 3-year win drought and I believe Pochi is going to be seeing rain for the first time in 3 years, and that rain being in the form of winning showers.
As you can see, she still needs to maintain the pressure at the very and handle the pressure against the remaining top drivers. Speaking with Lena Lazar, currently still now up in 9th place, and Kawasaki Sui not gaining any sort of position, and actually losing it to Murasama.
Hochi hoping to win her over 3-year drought. 1 to go, white flag is waved. 1 to go here at Detroit Belle Isle. 1 to go in the championship.
And it's still not over yet. Watch out for Cotone.
It's still anyone's game here. Here comes Catania. Up to second now.
And you can also point out about a few things here. Ida Pochi is currently on course to win here in Detroit Belle Isle. Lots of feel-good stories here coming out from this track. And look, and given that Ida Pochi is going to be ending her 3-year win drought, but also all eyes are on Lena Lazar, who's going to be aiming for, at the very least, the overall title. But Kawasaki Sui is at least going to be proud that she's able to, at the very least, bring home the road course and street course titles provisionally.
Coming down to the last few turns, Pochi tried to do all she could to not be overtaken by Catania or Tenshin Kotone. She really wants that second win. Just a couple more turns before she ends her win drought. And what better way to do it in the track where she has won previously. And Ida Pochi will get her first win in over 3 years here at Detroit Belle Isle. Congratulations to Pochi. And Lena Lazar is your IndyCar 15th Series champion.
Oh man, congratulations to Lena Lazardo. Very consistent. Not a single foot wrong at the very least in the 8 races where she did finish inside the top 10. Sure, there were blemishes, but her being amazing on the ovals is the one that set her apart from the rest of the field. She manages to stay relevant in the road courses, at least based on my observation, but she did get the job done. But also kudos to Kawasaki Sui, who also put up a good fight until the end. Looking at Kawasaki Sui, who of course has her ups and downs, but at the very least she should be able to take the road course title.
You're a champion right here, and that's gonna give Honda the clean sweep in all 4 series in IndyCar championships.
Oh man,
with
the 4 tiers.
Ruda winning in February, Shiguri Ui winning in May, Tenshin Kotone in August, and now Lena Lazar winning today. So that's a Honda sweep in the championships, with Amiya Aranya riding Chevy winning the 500 this year.
So anyways, I'm gonna save some information for the last part. But anyways, just wanted to point out the results in this race here in Detroit Belle Isle. Ida Pochi grabs her first win in 3 years, ending her win drought with in style in the November Detroit Belle Isle race. And then there's Kitanya second, Tenjin Katone third, Bao 4th, Akuma Nimune in 5th, Kiki Pion 6th with Yuki Sakuna 7th, Laimu 8th, Lena Lazar 9th, and Hanamori Healthy rounds out the top 10. Shy Lily in 11th with Natasha Nyanners in 12th, Saraway 13th with Nirosama 14th, Ojiki 15th with Kawasaki Sui 16th, Hori Tenta 17th, Ayami 18th, Amiya Aranya in 19th, and Rudo in 20th place. Annie 21st, Tomoe Imari 22nd, Dokiba 23rd, with Omiya Emma 24th, Suopatra in 25th, with Watakashi Uno in 26th, Hoshifuri Ikkyo 27th, with Miyoshi Nishiki in 28th. Fallen Shadow should be in 29th, and Min Phantom in 30th, but because they essentially fell out of the track even before the race started, we should consider them as 29th and 30th anyways.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. And either way, Mint will finish with the wooden spoon in this series. Darn shame considering her, it's her first series with her new IME design, and
Uh,
it's not being put to good use, and of course, I, me, Mama, should be quite disappointed to see such a thing.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate to see how the results have played out. So let's just wait for Dak to get some updates in the for 12th round here, as we're just waiting for the standings to officially update. But what I can tell you for sure is that Lena Lazar, apart from the two races that we have seen, apart from the few races that we have seen from Lena Lazar, I say that she has done an absolutely amazing job to maintain a very good performance level. Obviously, looking into her performances, looking into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 top tens. What a great result for her, for sure.
Yeah, first, we can't discount Pochi's very fine performance, finally breaking her over 3-year win drought. Her only win so far in this very track, and then we come back over 3 years later. She does it again. What a fine performance by Pochi, finally getting her second IndyCar win. What a performance there. And we need to focus on Lena, and then we will verify the title for her. And yeah.
Oh,
Lena.
actually, there's actually a very, very interesting circumstances in the Road/Street Course title here. Give me permission to actually inform you all, but Kawasaki Sui and Akuma Nimune actually finished the Road/Street Course season tied on points between each other. But because Kawasaki Sui is able to, at the very least, bring herself to at least a win in both Long Beach and Akron, two road courses, that is actually the tiebreaker. So Kawasaki Sui actually won the title by countback.
No. We're in the Road and Street classification. We only count results for Road and Street Course races.
Yeah.
So as Lee Corso would say, not so fast, my friends, because yeah, Sui has a win and a third. Numi has a win and a second.
But looking into this one, Long Beach is a road and street course, and Akron is
Akron is an oval
course, right?
Akron is an oval.
Oh dear.
Akron is an oval, so Numi should take the Road and Street Course classification.
Oh my goodness! What a twist!
Numi.
Even I didn't know that. Oh my goodness! Ooh.
Numi takes Road and Street Course classification by tiebreaker. Yeah.
What a way to lose! What a way to be the runner-up! What a way to lose the title! I mean, based on what I've seen in Akron, I mean, I'm surprised. I'm just surprised to finally find out that this track is actually classified as an oval. Wow!
Yeah, it has 4 left turns. It races like an oval. Used the Super Speedway kit, thus it's an oval track. Yeah. Yeah, but
ouch.
Yeah, but it it doesn't affect the fact that Lena is
won the overall title,
an IndyCar champ, which we will confirm now, and then gonna show the full standings just to wrap things up, and then we will call it here. So Lena is gonna get that gold star. All right, so we'll get rid of this and showcase this table. Okay, what is that? What's that thing here? Is this it? Yes, that's it. All right. So, 285 for Lena Lazar, 244 for Kawasaki Sui, Watagashi Uno third with 235, Cinder 223, Numi 216. Both Yaso Toiki and Captain Hannah are on 208. Who takes the tiebreaker in this instance? It should be Hannah taking sixth over Yaso Toiki. 8th is BB with 197, Kiki Ami and Kiki both on 193, but Ami Amami should be taking the tiebreaker for ninth.
By virtue of 2 podium finishes.
Yeah.
So anyways, just want to look into 11th and 20th here. Bao are only missing a single race, still finishes 11th, with Tomoe Umari missing 2 races. She finishes 12th. And Tenjin Kotone missed like 4 races, but because she won at Charlotte, that actually elevated her into 13th. Ami Aranya actually didn't miss a single race, but her results are all over the place, so that's why she's in 14th.
Oh my.
Rudo missed 3 races, is in 15th. Kitanya missed 2 races and is in 16th. Doki Bird missed only 2 races, but is in 17th. Charlotte Lee missed like 3 races and then she's in 18th. And then Yuki Sakano only missed a single race, but her results just hasn't gone her way, and that's why she's in 19th. And Suo Patra, despite winning at Pocono, she has missed 2 races, and her results just hasn't gone her way, so that's why she's in 20th.
Yeah, results all over the place. That's the magic, the mystique of IndyCar racing. You never know what will happen here. But anyway, that's gonna do it. Congratulations once again to your IndyCar champion, Lena Lazar, who's gonna get that gold star. Doc, thank you once again for your commentary throughout this series. We learned quite a lot about how the tracks are raced and the history of races on the tracks, as well as some of the history of the VTubers competing in this series.
Yeah. Nice to have me here, and thank you. Just wanted to remind everyone that, of course, despite the season being over already, at least for the winter split, for the IndyCar racing, if you want to see more Hall Live racing here, I would like to remind to you that there's another racing series that is on the horizons coming in next week, as the 2024-25 Hall Live GT3 Japan Series is going to be looking to start their season at Sportsline Sugo next week. So if you're ready at around Friday to Saturday at around 9 p.m. Eastern, I hope you're there, because we will start the Hall GT3 season from there.
I should be around for commentary for at least a Friday night, my time, yeah. Saturday, it depends on how things are going for me, but I should be there at least a Friday, yeah. So be sure to tune into that. So thank you once again, Adak, and we are done here. So that's gonna do it. So congrats once again, Lena Lazar, your IndyCar 15 Series champion. As we get back to splash screen, the next BTRP series will be the Corporate Car World Series Season 6. I plan to start around December 8th, but I don't have a schedule caught up yet. I still need to check the tracks, so be sure to look out on Twitter or at BTRP racing, and also on the Discord for any updates on the future series. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in to IndyCar's 15th series. It has been a blast, and I can't wait to see what will come next year. IndyCar's back in May. So yeah, be sure to tune into that. But that's gonna do it for me. Thanks again, Adak, and congrats once again to Lena Lazar, your IndyCar 15 Series champion. So
take care.
Thanks, you too, and do take care, everyone, until December 8th for Corporate Car World Series Season 6. Thanks again for watching IndyCar's 15 Series, and so long for now. Take care, everyone. Otsudag!
All right.